Previously. One day, Njenga went to the city center after spending time with Njeri in her hostel one Saturday afternoon when he was knocked by a speeding vehicle. Upon being rushed to hospital, Njenga was pronounced dead. Njeri was heartbroken. Njeri called her mother back home and narrated what went on, and her mother consoled her. Welcome to part 2 of this video. 3 months after Njenga's death, another man by the name Wixa, who hailed from an area known as Kakamega, noticed Njeri and wooed her. Very soon, Wixa and Njeri were an item. Wixa visited Njeri regularly in her hostel, intending to take her to Kakamega to formally introduce her to his family. 2 months after Wixa met Njeri, Wixa planned to go home to Kakamega to break the news to his parents, and in order to get to the bus terminus, he had to hire a motorcycle to take him to the bus terminus. Tragedy struck 50 meters from the bus terminus when a speeding lorry smashed into the motorcycle, striking Wixa, instantly killing him. Njeri started asking herself what was wrong. She wished away all these tragic occurrences as mere coincidences, but the two deaths still gnawed at her mind. One day, a young man named Kinuthia happened to notice her as she walked along the streets next to Nairobi Institute of Business Studies and asked her out for coffee. He introduced himself as Kinuthia and that he was a student at the University of Nairobi. One thing led to another and they were soon in a serious commitment. However, they soon parted ways after one of Njeri's jealous classmates, a girl by the name Jambai, told Njeri a false tale about Kinuthia, that she had seen him at a strip club actually groping a semi-nude lady. Njeri had broken up hastily with Kinuthia, the latter even tried pleading with her to no avail. 2 months after she broke up with Kinuthia, a man named Coach, who studied at a nearby computer college, also noticed Njeri and developed a habit of walking her to the gate of her hostel every evening. Very soon, Coach, who was madly in love with Njeri, asked her out on a coffee date. This was 2 months after they had first met. During the coffee date, Coach asked Njeri if she would agree to marry him, to which Njeri blushed before saying yes. Coach set a date for introducing her to his parents in Bomet, but on the eve of the day that he was due to travel to break the news to his parents, he was knocked down by a speeding lorry as he was crossing the busy Uhuru Highway. This time Njeri was beside herself with grief and worry. She went to Saitem Church located along Valley Road to seek spiritual intervention. After narrating her nasty experiences to a pastor at the church, the pastor decided to call Njeri's mother, who was known as Muthoni. The pastor had guessed what the problem could be, and upon interrogating Muthoni, he quickly knew what the problem was. He asked Muthoni to locate Kamau, the man she had made love with on the night of her paternal uncle's mourning period, and they were to both go to the pastor's office for special prayers. Meanwhile, Njeri was required to fast for 3 days and seriously pray for herself. After 2 weeks, Muthoni, Njeri's mother, had managed to trace her old lover, who had married another lady and had a daughter, even managing to convince him to accompany her to the pastor's office. Muthoni had gone all the way to his old home and from there had been given Kamau's contacts. The pastor made some prayers and then declared them free from guilt. The pastor advised Njeri to go to the pastor as soon as a man proposed marriage to her for more prayers. By this time, Kinuthia had heard of Coach's demise and the misfortune that had met all of Njeri's lovers and had rejoiced, terming the breakup a blessing in disguise. A month after the prayers at the Valley Road Church, a man known as Murang'a, a computer technician, noticed Njeri as they both made their way to Ngong. It was a bright Saturday morning, and as they were seated next to each other in the bus, they conversed and exchanged contacts before Murang'a alighted at his destination in Karen, Nairobi. 2 weeks later, Murang'a became Njeri's boyfriend, and Njeri narrated to him her life story as they ate some chips in Uhuru Park on Saturday afternoon. She then urged him to arrange they go for special prayers at Saitem Valley Road Church. Murang'a, himself a born-again Christian, also suggested that they fast and pray seriously for 3 days before they went for the prayers, and Njeri agreed. They had agreed to go to Valley Road 2 weeks from that time. The day came, and while in the pastor's office, Njeri narrated once more her ordeal, and the pastor informed Murang'a that he had met and prayed for Njeri's biological parents. The pastor prayed for them and declared them free from any malicious force that may have originated from Njeri's parents' illicit affair. 1 month later, they planned to visit Murang'a's parents in Kiambu area, and later on they visited Muthoni and her husband, Njeri's adoptive father. They soon wedded and lived happily ever after. Did you enjoy this video? Please like the video and subscribe to my channel.